Close your eyes. Relax. And again, having taken a look at the history of this, we're going to look now at your personal programming of what male and female mean to you. So just relax, close your eyes, take a deep breath. Just become aware of your right foot, left foot, right ankle, left ankle, right lower leg, left lower leg, right knee, left knee, right upper leg, left upper leg. And just take a deep, deep breath, and as you exhale, just allow your legs and your feet to just let go and relax. Become aware now of your right hand, left hand, right wrist, left wrist. Right lower arm, left lower arm. And now move your awareness to the right elbow, which symbolizes your male consciousness. Consciousness of the warrior, the consciousness of the sword, of aggression, the hunter. Not to make it wrong, but to know that it has served you, but that there is another aspect of you which you have ignored. And therein find that aspect in that left elbow, and move your awareness now to your feminine side, to that of the nurturer, to that of the planter, symbolized by the crystal. And now your right upper arm and left upper arm, and take a deep, deep breath once again and just let them go and feel your hands and your arms flying off, disappearing as you become more and more relaxed. And now become aware of your right hip, left hip, right buttock, left buttock, right inner thigh, left inner thigh, and lower abdomen, your anus and your genitals. And take a deep, deep breath, and as you let go there, experience that energy confined to that pelvic area. Experience it moving down through your legs and up through your abdomen and into the rest of your body, filling your entire body with this sexual awareness, with this sexual energy, no longer confined to just the pelvic area. Become aware now of the musculature of your lower back, middle back, and now feel the blanket of light moving up to your musculature of your upper back. And as it wraps around your left shoulder and your right shoulder, just let go of the burden, let go of the responsibility of being aware of all the right answers, of having to perform, of having to know and be clear. Let go of that expectation for now, and instead just let go of that image, that pretense, and allow yourself to just receive and learn. And as you release yourself of that obligation, feel your shoulders becoming lighter, feel them lifting as your back straightens. And as the blanket of light continues to move now down over your upper chest, lower chest, over your breasts and nipples, down over the musculature of your abdomen. And as you breathe now, just allow it to enter your abdomen through your navel and release it. Release it of your control and allow it to move freely, touching each one of your organs, touching your small intestines, your large intestines. Just moving about freely as it slowly and gradually moves towards that major organ, your heart, that center point, that center chakra, that one that brings both the animal and the spiritual together. That opening, that gateway to the God within you. Just hold it with that consciousness. Notice it. And just be with it. Be comfortable there. And relax. And as you become more and more relaxed, experience the consciousness that you're moving about, that consciousness which symbolizes you absent of form, dissolving into an incredible mist of thousands of specks of light which now just float up your body, up through your chest and into your throat, into the musculature of your neck and your throat, healing there your communication, healing there all the fears and the apprehensions that you have about sharing your doubts and your fears as regards your sexuality, healing there all the things that you said that were made fun of or you were humiliated for, all the times that you were shocked and made wrong for expressing your sexual curiosity. Allow that sexual curiosity in the form of your communication to begin to return. Allow it to come back. And let the mist of light continue to move now up through your neck and turn it loose inside your head, and as it surrounds and embraces your brain, touching the billions of nerve centers and electrical charges that shoot out from it. And now let it touch and relax those muscles on both sides of your jaw. Allowing your jaw to drop As that awareness then escapes through your mouth and begins to surround your head outside, touching your chin and your lips, touching that part of your body that everyone looks at, that everyone notices, your cheeks, your nose, your eyes. And as it touches the center of your forehead, let the light therein pour out. Endless, eternal light beyond time, space, filled with memories and pictures of love and memories and pictures of sexual encounters. Let it pour out. Let them go, and as they continue to flow now, allow that consciousness to touch the top of your head. A very tiny, tiny hole, the size of a pinhole, for anything larger would allow in too much of this brilliant light, and as it opens, the light pours down through your entire body, filling your entire body with light. Relax. Now imagine yourself in a situation in which your sexual role is important. Do you feel okay being male or female? Or do you feel not okay in your current physical form? Think back now to your parents' attitudes about being male. What were their beliefs and attitudes about being female? See if you can recall or remember now any words that they said or used about being male. Were you what they wanted? If so, how did they come to tell you this? How did you get to know this? And if not, how did you get that message? And as you recall that, just go into the feeling. How did you feel about them not being happy about your form? As a child, who were your male and female role models? Other than your parents, look at your siblings, brothers and sisters, other people that you admired at school or around where you played, television characters, characters from books. Who were they? Who were your male and female role models, and were they adequate? As a child, did you have sufficient opportunities to be with the opposite sex? Were you allowed to play together? Was it encouraged? Do you recall just playing with each other and not making any sexual judgments until that was brought to your attention? And if you can remember, notice how that changed the way in which you played. Did you have sufficient opportunities to play with the same sex? And what was that like? At any time in your play, were you afraid because of sex? Were you afraid, or did you enjoy persons of the opposite sex in your childhood? Were you afraid, or did you enjoy persons of your own sex in your childhood? What qualities and what characteristics of masculinity have you incorporated into your life? What images and characteristics of masculinity have you rejected in your life? What qualities and characteristics of masculinity are you still confused about? What images of femininity have you incorporated into your life? What qualities and images of femininity have you rejected? What qualities and characteristics of femininity are you still confused about? Think back now to your father. Did your father think women were okay And did he treat them as such? Did your father think men were okay? And did he treat them as such? Did your mother now think of her and think whether she thought men were okay? And how did she treat them? What was her relationship toward women? What did your mother think about women? And how did she relate to them? Now identify other parent figures, other role models in your childhood, and notice what their attitudes and behavior were as regards people of the opposite sex. What other significant messages did you receive? What other important pieces of information did you get from significant others as regards the opposite sex? And now again, just look at those parent figures, those significant others, and see what the messages were that you received from them as regards the same sex. How did they relate to the same sex? What did they tell you about the same sex? Now, as you recall these male attitudes, which of these male attitudes have you incorporated into your life? And now, as regards female attitudes, which of these attitudes have you incorporated into your life? Now go back and get in touch with that child that was exploring its sexuality, that child that radiated sexual curiosity in a naive, wonderful, loving way, in a pleasurable way. And having gotten in touch with that openness, with that curious child, recall memories now of your parents as regards your sexual curiosity. How do they respond to your sexual curiosity? Are they rational? Are they supportive? Are they prejudicial? Are they playful? Do they threaten you? Are they interested? Are they loving? Are they indulgent? Are they excited about your curiosity? Yes, we know that they had negative views, but see if you can pull up times and events, things that they said, things that they were willing to listen to. See if you can identify times when they were playful and loving and excited about your sexual curiosity. If nothing's coming up, you want to notice if they are ignoring the subject entirely or saying nothing. Notice if that's their message. Do they or significant others humiliate you at all about your sexual curiosity? Are you shamed and ridiculed? What words, what behavior is projected onto you to keep you in line, to cause you to withhold that sexual curiosity? What words, what phrases, what behavior are used to encourage you to explore your sexual curiosity? Do they create games? Do they talk to you about your sexual organs? What do they call your sexual organs? Do they have a name for them? Remember now what they call them. How did your parents play with you sexually? How did they teach you sexually? Meaning, how did they teach you about sex? How did they teach you about the facts of life? And now recall how protective they are, sometimes too much so, sometimes to the point where they inhibited you. But notice how they teach you to protect yourself sexually, how concerned they are that you not create results that could cause you difficulty in your sexual experience. Did they misuse you in any way or abuse you sexually? Were they supportive and loving as regards your sexuality? Did they flirt or tease you about your sexuality, and was that embarrassing and humiliating for you? Can you remember a time when they seemed to be overly interested in your sexuality, that it seemed to go beyond that of being a parent, meaning that they seem to get some kind of thrill or satisfaction out of your sexual curiosity? And how did you handle that? Did you trust that that was just them being excited about your sexual curiosity, or did that frighten you? As a child, how did you feel about sex? What was your primary feeling about your body? What was your primary feeling about your sexual organs? Did you experience joy? Did you experience shame, guilt? What was your primary feeling? Now just go back and see if you can recall some sexual experiences as a child. And as you call them up, each one at a time, you want to notice the feelings that accompanied those experiences. How did you feel about each one of those experiences? Were they playful? Were they fun? Were they exciting? Or were you afraid? Were you shut down? Were you confused? As a child, did you need to hide your sexual curiosity? That incredible energy we call sexual curiosity, that curiosity that still is within you even now as an adult. How did that sexual curiosity get handled? How did that incredible, creative, manipulative, alive child manage to explore their own sexuality, their own sexual curiosity? How did you do it? And how does that relate to how you do it now? What are your feelings about your body right now? At this time in your life, how do you feel about your body? What are your feelings now about your sexual organs? What are your feelings now in your life about the opposite sex? What are your feelings now about the same sex? For you now in your life, what do you consider appropriate sexual behavior? What is appropriate sexual behavior for you now? And who is in charge of that sexual behavior now? And who ignites those sexual feelings? Where do they come from? Is your sexual behavior in agreement with your parents? Is your behavior now in agreement with your parents' views of sexual appropriateness? Sexually now in your life, are you in rebellion against your parents? And now just take a deep breath and relax and just look at your sexual participation in life now. And as you gaze and look upon it, without making yourself wrong, just notice if it is adequate. Notice if it is joyful. Is it frustrating? Satisfying? And most importantly, is it honorable? Are you okay with who you are sexually? Is it mutually satisfying, meaning satisfying for both you and your partner? And if you don't know the answer to that, are you willing to find out? Are you willing to ask? Right now in your life, do you have a sexual problem? And do your parents contribute to that problem? Just notice how they contribute to that problem. What attitudes, what behavior, what messages did you get as a child that are related to the problem that you now have? Having done that, now just move and acknowledge your experience of your natural sexuality, that sexuality that you were born with. That sexual curiosity that brought you pleasure and fun as a child. Just acknowledge and experience that sexuality now, and notice how good it feels when it's free of the burden of the expectations of others, when you're free of having to perform for anyone. And as you feel that without making anyone wrong, just let that parental data, let that significant other data that you received as a child that doesn't support who you want to be now, just release it. Just let it go. And allow yourself to feel your natural and sexual intuition and your sexual creativity. And when you think of that sexual curiosity and creativity, notice if it could make someone else in your life happier, more sexually satisfied and fulfilled, should you choose to let go of that inhibiting behavior and attitudes that you picked up as a child. Now just begin to image the person or persons in the past or even the present who most contribute to any sexual problem that you have. See their walk, see them physically facing you, walking towards you. Look at their bodies, their feet, their legs, their pelvis area, their torso, hands and arms, neck and head. And as they get closer, image their face, their hair, their forehead, eyes, nose, ears, cheeks, mouth, lips, and chin. And as they get right up in front of you, just look into their eyes and very quietly now have a very simple conversation with them, making it clear that you are now and hereafter responsible for your own sexual behavior and satisfaction. And do this without making them wrong. For you know not what beliefs and attitudes were given to them to burden. So without making them wrong, just make them clear that you are now and hereafter responsible for your own sexual behavior and satisfaction. And having done that, ask them if there is anything they wish to tell you sexually, and receive that. And with that completion of communication, allow them to begin to leave, backs turned, walking away. And now just begin to go over in your mind a list of things that you are willing to let go of. A list of things that you will write one at a time on a separate piece of paper this evening. Ones that you will throw away separately and playfully, out of a speeding car, burning in a fireplace or in an ashtray, flushed down a toilet, a list, each one that you let go of and symbolically release playfully. Values that you no longer need. You will have a chance at a moment to make that list, and for now, just let it all go. Just experience that whole list of values leaving, feeling healed, feeling complete. And as that healing and completion comes over you, experience your natural sexual curiosity and intuition returning. Experience your sexual playfulness returning. And just allow yourself to relax and acknowledge yourself for the work that you've done. And very slowly, just return to normal consciousness and go to your journals, having opened your eyes, and write your list. Write your list of things, behaviors, attitudes, beliefs that you choose to let go of.